Welcome back to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad, episode number 32. The conversation I want to get into today is about Devin Haney, and the reason why it's so smart for him to take a pay cut to make the George Kambosos fight short term. Let's get into the conversation.
Is that all, Danny?
Just a very quick follow-up. We regard George Kambosos as truly undisputed, as Devin Haney has the WBC lightweight title.
Yes, Devin Haney is the WBC lightweight title. He's a pride WBC champion. He has grown into being a tremendous champion. He defeated Gamboa, defeated Linares, just had a great outing with Jojo Diaz.
So it was good to see him.
What was said between you guys when you guys were talking with each other?
Well, the reporters just asked him, about making the fight happen. And so we said that, get past Jojo Diaz. He wants to make the fight happen for the real.
Kambosos defeated Lopez, who defeated Lomachenko. So I do believe he's due recognition as undisputed champion, and great fights to come.
Thank you.
Hello, Dillian.
Hey Mauricio, how are you?
Let me just finish one thing. I saw
that there already, but a great win. Full respect there, and you can see the mutual respect. And you know what I mean. If we get things sorted with all the business side of things, because he wants it, I want it, we'll make it happen.
Were you impressed by how he fought in there tonight?
Yeah, look, I love the sweet science.
My champion Haney comments after the fight, and he says that when he fights Kambosos, he will not care for the franchise. Perfect, because one of the things that the franchise element, it has to be requested. So if Haney, if he defeats Kambosos and he does not want to have the franchise destination, that is perfect.
So overall, I think this fight needs to happen. I said in another video, this is the most anticipated fight in the lightweight division between these two, because they got to see each other face to face. Nobody else, him and Lomachenko didn't talk face to face. Kambosos and Tank Davis didn't talk face to face. Him and Devin Haney met face to face. So the fans to me as a fan, is more interested than any other fight. But as you heard Mauricio Suleiman talking about a franchise, pride, title, whatever, it's a bunch of bull, man. The sport of boxing is such a beautiful sport, and I think it needs to be treated as such. I love the 4-belt system, but I think it needs to be used properly. But this is the reason why you guys listen to this close. Tell me if this does or does not make sense. I think that Devin Haney, from what he has shown and said, I'm gonna tell you a couple different things, but let me get to my point first. So I think for him to actually become undisputed, check this out. For him to actually become undisputed, because I do think he'll beat Kambosos. I think he'll put more pressure on Tank. I think he'll put more pressure on, even with a rematch with Kambosos, he'll put more pressure on him. And I think if it's a close fight, I think he'll give it to him. But I also think he'll put more pressure on Lomachenko. And, whoever else is right there in the runnings. I think whoever the top dog by the time Devin Haney actually becomes undisputed, if he can get it done, not saying he will, it's not a must. But if he can get it done, I think Devin Haney, he wants the most dangerous fights that he can find, no matter who it is. He has called out Tank Davis. He wants Lomachenko, as you can see on the screen, he's wanting these fights. He wants the Kambosos fights. He's the only fighter that, to me, in the lightweight division that has actually tried to go after everybody. Everybody. It's not a time and a place for him. He won't smoke all day, every day. And I think the biggest reason, it'll be more beneficial for him to actually take a pay cut, because he can, short term, I get it. Everybody wants to get paid, but I think he's so young, with being only 23, 24 years old, being so young, he got so much room to make a lot of money. He can take these, sometimes you take a pay cut to get even more money to set up bigger fights. If the reports are true, I think Devin Haney, he really needs, if it's stalled out on Devin Haney's end by wanting too much money, which I get, everybody wants to get paid for their services. But I think Devin Haney would at least get a couple $1 million, $500,000 or what? I mean, more than $500,000. But he'll get a couple $1 million after everything, merch and all that good stuff, pay-per-views, all that stuff is sold. You know, he's rich. He's very rich to be only 24 years old. So, you know, sometimes you got to take a pay cut to get to the bigger stage. And I think the only way Devin Haney is going to get respect in the boxing world is to actually take a pay cut, gamble on himself, and in the end, if he becomes victorious over Kambosos, it makes a lot of sense for him. He's going to put more pressure on. I don't care what nobody says. Do you guys think that he will put more pressure with the belts in his hands over any other champion? Do you think if Tank Davis got the belts, do you think he'll put more pressure on Devin Haney to make a fight? Do you think that Lomachenko would want to fight him if he got the belts? Let's be honest, guys. Come on. Devin Haney will put more. The reason why I like it, because if the belts get in his hands, he already know. He already know what he want to do. Before, I think that he's not going to stay in the lightweight division for too much longer. I think I could tell, you know, just looking at his body and just his performances with JoJo Diaz, you can tell he's getting bigger. He's getting stronger. He's becoming into that real grown man strength. But I think it makes sense for this fight to happen. I think that all parties that's involved needs to make sure that this fight comes together by all means. But with the championship belts and all that stuff, man, they need to. I had another video about them cleaning up the fight as well. I had a video UFC versus boxing when it comes to like how they promote their fighters and you know how the title system is structured. So I try to have that link down in the description so you guys can go watch that fight or just kind of look through my go look on my channel. You could probably find it too, but I try to make it easier for you guys and put the link down there. But you know, I like Kambosos. I think Kambosos is a great champion. I think he earned everything that he has. He was a nobody. Let's just be honest. You know, you coming from in the States and you beat Teofimo, and that's a great win for him. He can come back and do more damage than what he's already done in the lightweight division. He's earned it. He's a true champion. He needs to be treated as such and respected as such. But I think the biggest thing with me, I think that this fight has to happen. And I think it'll be really good for Devin Haney to take a pay cut to make it happen. Whatever it takes to make the fight on Devin Haney. Both of these guys need to put a lot of pressure on each other. You guys let me know what you think down in the description below. Who you think has the most pressure to actually get the fight done, Devin Haney or Kambosos? Let me know what you think.
That's going to conclude another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad, episode number 32. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about this topic and all the other topics that I bring up each video. If you want to see what I'm wearing, shoptachi.com. Follow me on all social media platforms that I'm currently on. Just want to thank you guys like I do each and every single video. If you're new to my channel, old to my channel, make sure you watch my videos through the duration. And also make sure you hit that like bell, notification bell, and subscribe button. That's going to conclude another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad.